welcome you live to Fox Chapel Area High School, where tonight it is the WPIAL playoffs. And the first round, as your Our Lady of the Sacred Heart Chargers take on the Beaver Falls Tigers. Join alongside Christian Harbaugh, Matt Fargo with you. We step aside for the national anthem here at Fox Chapel, gearing up for round one of the WPIAL playoffs. All right, the anthem wraps up here at Fox Chapel, and we are ready for round one action of the WPIAL playoffs. The number 6 seed, your OLSH Chargers, taking on the 11 seed, the Beaver Falls Tigers. The Chargers enter today's game 16-5, 9-3 out of Section 2. The Tigers 10-9 and 8-4 out of Section 1 in Class 3A. And Christian, this is a rematch of a game earlier this year, or actually earlier in the season last year, as back on December 9th, the Chargers had a 65-41 win over the Beaver Falls Tigers. Would love to repeat it, but as they say, tough to beat a team multiple times in a season, and there's nothing like the WPIAL playoffs, and especially the prestige that Beaver Falls enters. The Chargers are, of course, the defending champs, but Beaver Falls has a good history of basketball in their program's history as well.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a tough one tonight here at Fox Chapel for the Chargers. I mean, you beat them earlier in the season, right? But it's a different team. Teams get better. I think the Chargers got better, but also Beaver Falls definitely got better. They got a little bit of continuity going into this playoffs here, and they're super athletic. They're going to push the tempo all night, and that's kind of tempo that the Chargers want to play, so it's going to be an interesting one. They're going to be physical, they're going to be athletic, so the Chargers are going to have to do a good job controlling the glass and controlling the tempo and the pace of the game.
See, small albeit, but the starting lineups for the Beaver Falls Tigers. Number 3, Isaiah Sharp. He's a 5'11 senior. Number 24 for the Tigers, Italian Buford, a 6-foot junior guard. Number 31, Connor Hauser, a 6'3 senior forward. Number 4, Marshall Clearsey, a 5'9 junior guard. And number 23, Braylon Pitts, getting the start in his first playoff action as just a freshman. Mike Rodriguez squad, the Chargers of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart. The usual suspects out there: Rocco Spadafora, Dorian Tate, Darion Greer, Bryson Kirshner, and B.J. Vaughn. And while throughout the season, Christian, they were looking for an identity. They were looking for 5 guys that were going to play together, and I think they were able to do it, but that's not to be left without saying of the contributions that guys 6, 7, and 8 off the bench have been able to contribute as well.
Yeah, the bench has been playing great as of late. I mean, they've added a spark here. They found their niche with this team, and the vets are going to have to be leaders today, and obviously they've had a ton of experience over the years winning WPIAL championships and being a part of those teams, but the younger guys are definitely going to have to step up in a big way in these playoffs if the Chargers want to go back and repeat again.
The winner of this game will play the winner of the 3-14 game. Ironically, that is going to be played at this site tonight at 8 o'clock. Shady Side Academy plays Brownsville. Winner of that game could have a date right back here at Fox Chapel on Thursday night. And the winner of this game, even if you win and lose next round, you still have a chance to punch your ticket into the state tournament. The way the WPIAL has set it up this year, you have playback games. So all the teams that win in this round have an opportunity to get into the States because in Class 3A they're taking 7 teams.
Yeah, that's crazy, but that's good for the Chargers. But you also don't want to leave it to chance, right? So you want to take care of business tonight and then go forward after this one.
All right, let's do it. Tigers, Chargers, second bout between the two. And this one is going to go out of bounds. And they will give the possession to the Tigers to get things rolling here.
I'm looking for Kirshner to have a big night tonight. He's going to have to stay out of foul trouble here and work on the glass all night and finish around the rim.
Chargers had that winning streak of 74 the last time they played the Tigers. Get a steal on the first possession of Beaver Falls offensively, and they set up offensively for the first time tonight. Rocco to the far side, Tate. Returning the favor here to the near side, Vaughn. B.J. Vaughn, who always steps up in big ways throughout his career in the postseason. Far side, Greer to Tate. Inside, there's a lot of traffic down there. Kirshner at the elbow, trying to look out, and he does, and it's an errant pass that's thrown away. And the Tigers going to get a turnover on their own, caused by the Chargers. Unforced error there.
Yeah, not a good first possession. Passing the ball a lot, but no penetration, no dribbling. Got to attack that defense, attack that 2-3 zone early.
On a right-handed dribble, swing it here to the near side. Sharp lights it up for three, doesn't fall. Rebound goes to the Tigers. Clearsea chases it down, hands it off inside. Buford is fouled on the floor. First foul of the ball game going against the Chargers at 7-11 in our opening quarter.
Now these first two possessions here for the Chargers, they got to rebound. They're going to shoot a lot of threes from the outside. You got to box out.
Inbound triggered in for the Tigers. Sharp with the basketball. He's already attempted one from beyond the arc on this possession. Coming up on a minute into the first round and the first quarter. Far side, Clearsea bouncing it away, taken away by Rocco. Let it back over to Tate, who returns the favor to Rocco, straight to the rack, lay it up and score. And the Chargers take the first lead, 2-0.
And this is what the Chargers need to do. They need to be active on defense, active hands, and get out and run, finish in transition.
Three all the way from Clearsea that doesn't fall. Rebound for Vaughn. BJ pulls it down and escorts it ahead to Rocco, who allows Vaughn to run the point here. As Spatafora down low right now. Far side, Vaughn. Spatafora popped out to that far corner. He'll get the ball and look for that three on the way, and Gure, what a set there. Creeped Rocco down low.
Hey, great play right there for Rocco, playing off the ball a little bit, getting that ball screen and just lifting in the right area in the corner for the three.
Rocco Spatafora 5, Beaver Falls nothing. 6 minutes to play, opening quarter. Taken away, another steal for Spatafora. To Tate, back to Rocco. Oh, deja vu, but it doesn't fall in. And the rebound taken away by Buford. And a timeout taken by Carlos Jeter of Beaver Falls. As the Tigers, almost 2 minutes, now 2 minutes into this thing, 5-0, Charger advantage.
You see how much Spatafora wants this right now? He already got 3 steals and 2 buckets, so this is good to see. Good start for him.
Yeah, a good start, and one of them was him coming away with the steal and making something happen. You see it again here on the replay.
And the biggest thing for the Chargers all year has been their active hands at the top and pressuring in that zone and then getting out and running. That's the best thing for them. Don't let them set up in that 2-3 zone. Keep pushing the ball ahead and attack the rim. If it's not there, you kick it out for a 3.
WPIAL playoffs here from Fox Chapel on the O Sports Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Chargers, I mentioned the streak, but Chargers have another streak entering the postseason. They haven't lost in the WPIAL postseason in 4 years.
Knock on wood.
Taking that streak into the playoffs once again this year.
That's impressive.
4-time defending WPIAL champions. It doesn't get said enough because everybody kind of focuses on the state championships, which rightfully so. That's the ultimate prize everyone plays for, but kind of amazing. Chargers are trying to get back to their 7th WPIAL championship in a row, and they get another steal here. Vaughn to the rack, right-handed. Yes! Count it! And a foul for P.J. Vaughn.
I love the pace he plays with, the tempo he plays with, just that simple hesitation move, that head fake, and then he just uses his body well and can finish around the rim. He's so strong. He's athletic. Great feet. But the one thing I can say about you talking about 7 appearances in a WPIAL championship is just these guys are just winners. This program has just been unbelievable over the last decade.
Fed it down low. Singleton, outlet to get it back outside to Sharp. Near side 3, triggered by Buford, clanged off the rim. Tigers 0 for 4 from beyond the arc to start things and haven't made a basket. Trying to get something down low. No, another 3, and why not? From way outside, Isaiah Sharp.
You can't let that be the difference. You can't let them get offensive rebounds and kickouts for 3s.
To the rack, Vaughn misses, put back Greer, following and recycling for 2.
Way to be in the right place at the right time for Darion Greer.
Singleton moved it outside, ball's loose, Rocco's there. Spatafor, the steal, splits 2 defenders and puts it up and in. Domination from Rocco here in the first.
Transition buckets, keep attacking the rim. Don't shy away from it. They're attacking, using their body well.
It just seems like the Chargers, and Rocco specifically talked to him in practice this week, is that 3 short from Sharp. Chargers get the rebound. Kirshner led it ahead to Tate. Tate, another transition basket and a foul.
What finishing in traffic and transition by these guys right now. Attacking the rim, not shying away, not looking for the foul. They're attacking the rim hard, and now you get it to earn a trip with an and 1 there.
So they called the foul on the floor after the bucket.
Oh, even better. Now you get an offensive possession here. Can even make it a 5-point swing if you hit a 3.
Jaden Price got called for the foul. That is the second on the Tigers tonight. Inbound triggered in for Vaughn. Right to Tate. To Kirshner. Bryson. Travel.
You got to have a little bit of patience there. He was already thinking what he wanted to do and just forgot to put the ball on the deck. It was going to be a nice crow hop and finish. I know that.
Tigers up the floor. Isaiah Sharp, the senior. Just let it fly from way outside.
Yeah, you got to keep guarding the perimeter here. Can't give them easy looks and then got to rebound.
And that's going to be a foul on Rocco Spatafor. Second on the Chargers, first on Rocco.
Yeah, challenge, but don't leave your feet there. I mean, that's already a tough play anyways. He's falling to his right on a step back, and he's lefty.
Right. Only going to give him 2. Sharp at the line. Rolls out the first.
Was his foot on the line? They're only giving him 2 for that?
I'm with you.
Man,
I thought it would have been 3-2.
Step back, I thought he was way behind the line. Well, good rebound by Greer here.
Yep.
Nice ball head.
Yeah, what a pass from B.J. Vaughn to Toria Tate, hooking up, looking more like a football connection than a basketball one there.
He was the quarterback, man. Holy smokes. Nice pass.
Deep 3 on the way for the Tigers again. Vaughn ended up falling out on a clear out. Rebound and a foul. Connor Hauser up and fouled, couldn't get the bucket. Vaughn, during that sequence, was a spectator. He was still on his wallet.
Yeah, they boxed him out. He fell to the ground. Kirshner goes straight up, but just body goes into him. Too much contact, body contact.
They actually call it on Darion Greer.
Oh, wow.
That's his first, the team's 3rd.
Well, that's good that it doesn't go on
Bryson
Kirshner there.
Yep.
He needs to be able to stay in this game and not be in foul trouble.
3:24, 15-3, Chargers lead, and Tigers not doing a great job at the foul line, but they do a good job there getting the rebound after the miss, going to the rack. Another foul, and this time a bucket in the foul. Jaron Brickner, the senior.
I know Coach Rodriguez isn't happy here. Here comes Coladinado. Can't keep giving up these offensive rebounds. I mean, Tigers have to have at least 6 offensive rebounds right now, but they only have 5 points.
Right, they have nothing to show for.
I mean, those are one of those times he's walking up and down. Who can rebound? Who wants to rebound?
Yeah.
Somebody got to get in there.
3-point play completed there by Brickner. Speaking of football, one of the stars of the Tigers football team.
Yeah, these guys got a ton of athletes out here.
A little bit of pressure there from Beaver Falls. They'll back it off as Rocco walks it up the floor. Spadafora hands it off to BJ. Vaughn goes to work on the left-handed dribble. Through the lane on the right hand, switching. Can't get it to go. Amongst the trees, Connor Hauser is the winner of that rebound.
They did a good job of staying in front of BJ there.
In some traffic, that one no good by Singleton, and a foul going the other way on the Tigers off the rebound.
And BJ just has to change directions there. He had him where he wanted him. If he changed directions, go back right. He finished that in traffic. He could shoot up a little floater.
Foul goes against Jared Brickner, his first.
If Beaver Falls is going to go man-to-man here, too, this is good for the Chargers. They got a ton of skill out there, a ton of guys that can create off the bounce. Run some ball screen action.
In some trouble and taking it away there are the Tigers. Coming away with it was Sharp. Stops at the foul line, works it here to the near side wing. Singleton for three, good.
Tough problem about that last play is the spacing's not there, and then he threw it at his feet. He got to give him a chest pass there.
Back up the floor is Vaughn. BJ on the right hand. Vaughn still working. Hands it off. Bryson inside and up and foul. What a pass from BJ.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do there. You just got to create off the bounce, draw other defenders to you, right? And then you're going to have the drop-offs. What a hook pass here with two guys on him. Nice catch by Bryson, one-handed. Stayed with it. Earns the foul. Now you just got to make your free throws.
Connor Hauser picks up the foul, his first, the team's fourth. Both teams have 4 fouls if you're keeping track at home.
Now I like this adjustment by Coach Rodriguez and his staff, having BJ handle the ball. It's great. Now you have Rocco off the ball, but now you have to set up something and you got to screen for him and get him open so he can get him the ball back.
Yeah, this is kind of a wrinkle in from what we've seen throughout much of this year anyway.
Yeah, and I love it.
To the rack, Jared Brickner lay it up and score. Wasn't going to play around there. He just went right through the lane.
That's way too easy. You got to step up there. Somebody got to take a charge.
Rocco, Austin Hanson fresh into the ball game for the Chargers.
Got to get the ball reversed here.
Rocco gets a screen from Bryson, pulls up for three, rims out, rebound to the Tigers. Connor Hauser led it ahead to Singleton, who pulls it out on the far side wing and back up top to Sharp. Sharp to Brickner on the near side, three on the way that doesn't fall. Colladonado the board, and he'll push it up the floor on a right-handed dribble to Hanson. Chargers have numbers here, bouncing to Vaughn in traffic. Hanson chases it down, gives it out to Rocco for three, doesn't fall, and Singleton is the right place, right time for that defensive rebound.
Hanson's got to give that pass up just a second earlier, and then BJ catches it clean for a layup. Colladonado coming in the game, though, making a difference on the boards.
Singleton misses a tray. Vaughn, the uncontested rebound. BJ, under a minute to play here in the opening quarter. Chargers lead at 17-11, bouncing to the far side at Hanson. Austin, one dribble, bouncing to Colladonado. In the blocks, in some trouble, to the rack, no good. Put back Rocco. That's a Rocco to Rocco connection for two.
It was a great job. Good patience by Colladonado, just to attack the rim there, and then Rocco's there to clean it up.
20 seconds to go in the first. Singleton up top to Damian Jones, who's off the bench. Brickner with the touch at the foul line.
And BJ's he's closing out, he's there, but he doesn't have his hands up, and that's 2 shots in his face. He's got to close out, contest it.
Brickner has 7 points off the bench here with the first, and at the buzzer, Vaughn can't get the 3 to go. And Beaver Falls kind of withstands a storm of the Chargers in the first 8 minutes. 6-point ball game after 1 quarter, 19-13. We step aside after 1. You're watching live coverage of the WPIAL playoffs right here on the OLSH Sports Network. We're back to Fox Chapel right after these words. Welcome back to Fox Chapel. Thanks to OLSH for sponsoring broadcasts all season long. And back with Christian Harbaugh, Matt Fargo with you. Missing third member of the Three Musketeers up here. Well wishes, get well soon to OLSH. No, he's said he was feeling better. Talked to him yesterday, so need him back here for the playoff runs.
Miss you, man.
Yeah.
Get better.
And shout out to all the sisters watching back at home at the convent. Ran into Sister Francine before I came up here, and she said, I got 6 or 7 of them watching tonight. So shout out to all of them watching back at Moon Township.
And shout out to Coach Usual and Coach Doc, missing them over there tonight.
Yep.
And those are key pieces on the bench.
Jamie working the Pens game tonight. Probably has this dialed up in his ear somewhere. This is knocked out to start this second, and the Chargers somehow save it and will get it over. Vaughn to the rack and 2 more. What a sequence. Organized chaos, but somehow Chargers get 2 to start the second.
That was great hands by Kirshner and BJ, and great finish.
And Rocco saving it to going out of bounds.
To save it, absolutely.
We're going to have to, next dead ball, we're going to have to take a look at that one. I think Matt got that one.
That'll be in the highlights after the game.
No doubt. Chargers take a 21-13 advantage here into this second quarter now, and at the baseline, can't get it to go. Jaden Price, Chargers get it back. And here comes Hansen and company for the Chargers. Rocco quickly gets it. Back to Austin. Austin out to BJ. Open look for a tray for BJ, and he don't miss those.
This is the best offense for the Chargers. Just get the ball out, push the tempo. They do a great job at finding the guys up the court and balling ahead, and then just let it fly, man, or attack the rim.
3 on the way for Singleton, trying to answer it. He does. He drips in another.
On that 2-3 zone, they got to be extended more and bump out quicker. Kirshner and BJ sometimes are a second late, and that's why they're getting these threes.
6:40 to play, second quarter. 24-16 Chargers. Rocco, far side Hansen. Austin bouncing inside to Bryson. Kirshner double teamed. Got it back away to Hansen. Hansen on the left hand enters the lane, falling into it. Out of bounds off the Tigers. Chargers keep it with 2 subs coming into the game. Luka coming in for the first time tonight. And Greer returns.
And when Kirshner gets the ball down there in the post, somebody has to move. They got to cut. There should be a 45 cut from the weak side, and that'll open something up.
What have you seen from Lucas Grisafi's game as he's earned more and more playing time throughout the year? There's a foul over the top there for Brickner.
Man, that game at home when he was lighting it up in that third quarter from three-point land, I mean, he's so crafty. He can shoot the ball. He's lefty, so he's shifty and get downhill. He's gaining more confidence as he's getting more minutes. He's been a big piece so far off this bench.
And that one tipped away. Singleton tries to save it, but he can't. Good hustle play there from Singleton to even try to make a play. The Chargers kind of getting a little bit sloppy on the inbounds here, and Beaver Falls trying to take advantage of it.
Yeah, and they got to know they're right now they're denying Spadafora everywhere. I mean, they don't want him to catch the ball, rightfully so. So if that's the case, you got to try to screen for him. If he's not open, somebody's got to flash to the basketball.
Luka Grisafi up the floor on the left hand, got his pocket pick from behind, out of bounds off of D'Italian Buford. Beaver Fall Jr. and member of the all-name team. I like D'Italian. God, I love that.
You think he eats good? Yeah, Grisafi there, he just got to keep going to the rim. Everybody's behind you there. You can't get careless with the basketball. Not at this stage. Minard into the game now, too.
First time we've seen him tonight. 6 minutes to go in the first half. Spadafora to Greg. Minard bouncing to Rocco at the logo. Rear gets in on the action. So Rocco Comadinato.
The spacing is bad right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's on top of each other, so it's easy to guard. You got to spread the floor.
Bouncing inside, out to Rocco, step back, just inside the arc, no good, and kind of a rush possession that, yeah, that looked like Parkway rush hour traffic.
Yeah,
with the spacing there.
The spacing's just bad right now.
Missed shot there from Isaiah Sharp. Long pass ahead to BJ. Vaughn, the jump step falls down, and that slipped.
Yeah, it didn't look good.
No,
Hopefully he's okay there.
He popped right back up. I agree with you. That did not look good.
Looked like his leg kind of locked out there when he tried to crow hop. Right idea to play off 2 feet and finish in the lane. Got a little slippery down there.
Yeah, it looked like he did slip. That's what it looked like to me anyway.
Well, if I'm the refs too, you got to take a look. Maybe you need a towel, wipe something up.
Right.
Or it's going to happen again. You don't want anybody to get hurt.
5:13 moving clock here in the second, 24-16 Charger advantage. Bouncing inside, Price. Nobody home on that pass, but finding it is Sharp. Sharp on the left hand, pulls it back out, guarded by Colin. Left side, Singleton. Singleton off a Charger hand, stays with the Tigers.
And the Chargers playing great half-court defense right now. I mean, the difference has been the offensive rebounds and them getting second chances and third opportunities.
Inbound goes right to Hauser. Hauser misses. Rebound chased in by Kirshner and out of bounds off the Tigers. Charger basketball.
And great hustle there by Kirshner. Good job to dive on the floor, leave it all out there. You got to get the 50-50 basketballs right now if you're the Chargers. You need every single possession you can get here.
Rocco up the floor, bouncing near side, Greer. Greer fed it inside, Bryson beats everybody, gets the bucket to go. And one for Bryson.
That's a great play there. Kirshner just gets the positioning towards the rim. They go topside on him to try to defend it, but he's just too long and tall and athletic to go get that ball. Greer placed it in the right spot and great finish in traffic.
What's nice, though, is the maturation process of Bryson's career, because last year I don't know that he's physical enough to make that play.
Yeah, he's definitely, you could tell in off-season he's worked on it. He's been in a weight room too. He's gotten stronger, so, and the confidence is there now. Now he knows he's got to be the guy down there.
Always loved when you're getting better. Falling down there was Brickner, and also on the floor was Buford. Ball out of bounds, and the Chargers going to have it with 4:21 to go in the second.
And they got to keep looking for him now. Don't go away from it. But again, once he gets the ball, he's gaining a lot of traction down there, and they're going to double team him, maybe even triple team him. So somebody has to move off the ball, cut towards the rim, and he'll find you. He's a good and willing passer as well. So it's not like he has to just finish every time he gets the ball down there.
Far side, Colin operates. Minard, three on the way, off the mark. Chased into the corner, saved by Spatafor, but only to a Tiger. Price was there, pushed up the floor by Singleton, who traveled, and the official right on top of it.
Great call. Good job by Donato. Get back into play there and stop the ball in transition, beat him to the spot.
Yep, before the contact.
Yeah, I thought it was a little close, but he did take a couple steps before it. Good call by the officials.
Got to give him the props, too. Rocco ended up on his wallet. Singleton just pushed him down.
Yeah, they're being real super physical with him.
How about Greer to the rack? Fouled. And as he headed to the line, couldn't get the roll, though, but.
And Singleton's going everywhere with Rocco right now. And, you know, the thing for Rocco is the spacing's got to be there on offense. And then he just got to go back door. If they can't screen to get him open and he can't curl off a screen or get a straight cut where they're chasing him, he just has to fake and go back door when Singleton's sleeping.
3:46 to go here, the second, 28-16, Charger advantage.
Good minutes by Minard there. Get BJ back in the game here. But Beaver Falls still hanging around here.
They sure are.
I mean,
it feels like the Chargers are dominating every facet of this game, but the score isn't indicative of that.
Right, right. I think it's because of that man-to-man adjustment that Beaver Falls made, and the Chargers are having trouble scoring a little bit now.
Singleton on the near side. Sharp driving through everyone. Good.
That was better contested by Greer there. He stayed vertical, straight up. Good job of not fouling. He just made a better play to make the shot.
Kirshner at the foul line. Traveled is the call. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that one's a tough one there. And I think he can do that, so I like that. There was better spacing there now, and Kirshner just got one-on-one. That's the thing. These guys can take these guys off the bounce. They have skill, but you got to put them in that position with the spacing.
Three that doesn't go for Sharp. Rebound to the Tigers. Hauser moved it outside, and that shot's off the mark, but he's back inside, missing a putback opportunity. And once again, BJ finds himself on the ground and wiping his shoes. He keeps slipping down there.
Man, somebody got to get the hairspray. I know when I played in grade school, I used to, before every game, I would spray hairspray on my shoes, so that didn't happen. But this is a nice court. It shouldn't be like that. Oh, yeah, that's wasting some stuff. I mean, you see how much I put in my hair.
Three on the way, doesn't go for Jones. Baseball pass ahead to Kirshner from Vaughn. Vaughn, the Euro handoff to Greer for two. Beautifully executed.
That was such a nice play in traffic. Good job, good Euro by Kirshner and Greer to be there. Great hands, nice finish. Kiss off the glass.
Have to look at that one again. Coming up at the break, Matt Stanziola halftime show with all the highlights.
Great job by Donato there with the active hands. I'd like to see him get on the floor for that one, but luckily the ball rolls out of bounds off Beaver Falls. Great job by 20. Need to close this 2.5 minutes out strong here. Get a couple more good possessions on offense and stops on defense.
Yep, 2:20 to go. Vaughn with the basketball here to the near side. Rocco catch and shoot three. Yes.
And there you go.
Spatafora, that'll help.
And all you got to do there, you send him running through the baseline, set a screen for him, then he's open.
Three that doesn't fall, trying to answer. Marshall Clearsea doesn't get it to go. Pushed back up the floor by Vaughn, spinning, throwing it here near side. Clearsea with the interception. Hands it off to Sharp. Sharp back up the floor for the Tigers. Isaiah dishing underneath. Brickner moved it outside. Clearsea for three. Good. As a three-point specialist, the junior splashes in one.
And that's tough there because you get a steal. BJ should have just went right to the rack and finished it. Instead, he turned it over and give up a three.
Greer hands it off to Rocco. Bucket and the foul for Rocco Spatafora.
Another great job drawing defenders, beating Beaver Falls baseline, Greer did, and great job to play off 2 feet. Rocco found himself in the middle, got open. Good find, nice and one. Make your free throws.
Three-point play converted, and again, Spatafora finds himself on the floor. One of these times they're going to catch him. Loose, Bryson tight roping the baseline to get that rebound, and a foul. Going to go against Connor Hauser here. It's the 9th foul against the Tigers, the second one against Connor Hauser.
Yeah, and the Chargers doing a good job on defense, not putting 2 hands on offensive players and fouling right now, and they're staying out of foul trouble, which is great, and they're earning trips to the line because they're getting Beaver Falls in foul trouble.
That shot off the mark, but Donato gets the bucket off the rebound. And probably should have got a foul.
That's what he does. That's how scrappy he is. He's the garbage man. Go get the rebound, finish it.
There's another steal from Spatafora to Donato to the rack. Charge is called on Donato.
Can we see that one again? Man, I know he didn't beat him to the spot there.
I thought he was still, man, that's close. Closer than I thought, too, though.
I mean, you might as well just cover your eyes and just make a call, and that's exactly what he did there. That's a toss-up call. I don't want to be the ref for that one. It's a good finish in the lane, but tough call.
Jump ball called, and Beaver Falls has the arrow. 47 seconds to go before we take it to the break. 39-21, our score. Sharp with the basketball, top of the key, guarded against Donato, goes amongst everyone. Nothing doing. Donato, Greer to Spatafora. Rocco getting that one blocked out by Hauser.
He couldn't just get it into his left hand. If he got it into his left hand, he's going to finish that. Good job by Rocco, though. Good hustle.
All the officials pointing at Carlos Jeter and saying warning on Jeter. So, coach warning already, and now there's some chirping with Vaughn, and BJ's a Beaver Falls kid.
Yeah, he's got to be smart here. I know how competitive he is and how he wants this game, but can't pick up those technicals here. Let them get frustrated. You're doing your job right now.
Absolutely. Spatafora through the lane on the right-handed dribble loose. And, man, Rocco falls down. It hits his head. I mean, the officials need to do something. He's been on the floor the entire first half. You can't let this keep being this physical.
Yeah, this is one of these things where they're going to have to do a good job at controlling this game. It's getting out of hand a little bit. It's getting physical. Bodies are hitting the floor. Guys are going back and forth.
And, with especially the spotlight on head injuries and things of that nature, especially in the Class 3A, you know what's going on with Steel Valley right now. Rocco comes out. Tatum O'Brien's the athletic trainer. She's back tonight for the Chargers. Bouncing it. Mesner dishing. Fading away. Colodinato. Rocco.
What a play there. Great back door by Mesner. Good pass by BJ. A nice pass and finish around the rim for Colodinato.
Singleton drains a three at the buzzer. 41-24 at the break. Chargers with the lead, but the concern turns to how the health and wellness is of number one, Rocco Spatafora, here at this halftime break. When we come back, we'll try to get you an update on him, get you some foul counts, and get you ready. We'll have the highlights. Christian will break down the first half, and we'll get you ready for the second half of this 6-11 matchup. WPIAL playoffs live from Fox Chapel tonight, and it's right here on the O Sports Network. Glad you made us a part of your night. We'll be back with the halftime show coming up next. And we'll welcome you back here. It's the halftime show at Our Lady of the Sacred Heart, or at Fox Chapel, and here on the O Sports Network, 41-24, back with Christian Harbaugh. Matt Fargo with you, 41-24 Charger advantage. And Christian, certainly a pretty well-executed first half by the Chargers, but some things that adjustments are going to be needed to be made here going into the second half. And also the big question mark is Rocco Spatafor going to play in the second half? Yeah, that's definitely the biggest question mark right now. Hopefully he's okay there. Took a hard fall to the ground, and I think he landed on it, hit his head either off the floor or off a player's leg, but nonetheless didn't look good. But for the Chargers, I mean, great first half. Good job getting out in transition. Good job on a half-court defense in that 2-3 zone and shadowing for the most part. Beaver Falls really got their points off of a couple second chance and third chance opportunities and kickouts for threes that they hit, and that really kept them in the ball game for a little while. And then when they made that adjustment to go man-to-man, it gave the Chargers a little bit of fits, but then they started finding holes, getting into the teeth of the defense, attacking gaps, and then finding guys on dump-offs and finishing around the rim. They got to the foul line, made some free throws. So now we'll see in this second half, they got to keep playing the same way, but I'm not sure Rocco's out there right now. Yeah, I mentioned Tatum O'Brien is, the Chargers have had different athletic trainers throughout this athletic season, dating all the way back to the fall. But Tatum was, of course, here for an entire year and one of the best. So certainly, if he's good to go, she'll be able to give him the green light. And if not, we'll see what happens. He's out there. So let's take a look at the scoring as we take a look at some highlights before we get things going here in the second half. For Beaver Falls, Trey Singleton has 9. Isaiah Sharp has 5. Jaron Brickner off the bench has 7. And Clearsea has 3. He splashed that 1 3-pointer late in the first half. For the Chargers, Rocco Spatafor with 15. B.J. Vaughn has 7. Bryson Kirshner drops in 5. Dorian Tate, he has 4. Darion Greer has 7. And Rocco Coladinato has 4. The Chargers won the first quarter 19-13 and the second quarter 22-11. Yeah, they're doing a great job at moving the basketball, and that's why they're getting a lot of guys in the stat sheet there and a lot of scoring. Greer's did a great job at being a great role player today and glue guy and finishing around the rim, so that helped. And the guys that come off the bench, they added a spark, and Coladinato did a great job on both ends and being scrappy like always. But the Chargers are going to have to contest and know that these guys can get hot from three-point land, so they got to do a good job of challenging. Don't foul out there and make sure they rebound. And a good thing here, it looks like Spatafor is going to start this third quarter on the court. We'll see how his play is. More, we're checking out some halftime shots there, courtesy of Matt Sanziola and all the men and women of the truck, and appreciate the hard work of Anthony Hansen on the camera today. Chargers back to work. Vaughn inside. Bryson gets blocked out of bounds, saved by Brickner. It stays inbound somehow. Long pass ahead to Singleton off the window. No, couldn't go. Rebound Chargers. Back up the floor. Here's Greer. Greer on the right hand off the window. Doesn't fall. Put back opportunity doesn't either by Kirshner. Put back by Greer, the recycling man. Greer is having a tremendous night right now. He's playing with so much patience right now and poise, and that's why he's being successful. And he's doing a great job finishing around the rim, and way to stay with it there and be relentless. 3 on the way for Singleton. Deep 3 doesn't fall. Tipped off a few hands, but Greer gets it. Big board there. Outlet pass to Rocco. Spatafor in the game. Remains in the game for the Chargers. That's a good sign. As Greer cutting to the basket. Someone left the back screen door open, and he lays it up and in. What a great job. The Chargers passing the ball right now is phenomenal, and good cut by Greer and good job by Kirshner. Get it to him. 45-24, and a foul is called. What we talked about earlier, can't leave your feet. And foul jump shooter. Luckily there, he didn't get the ball off.
This isn't the NBA. He doesn't get the continuation to shoot the ball, but. And that's 3 on him now, so he's got to go to the bench. And that's just tough because the last time he jumped 2, contested it well, but he shot it and missed. This time he fouls him.
Inside and then trying to work it down to Brickner. Bucket and the foul for Jaron Brickner.
And one of the ways that Beaver Falls can get back in this game is by fouling them, putting them in the line.
Yep.
Clock stopping, making their free throws, or getting and ones. Hey, if you're going to foul him, you better not make sure he doesn't make it.
To get into the playoff spirit, I watched back the PIAA Western Final, the game against Kennedy Catholic. The Chargers were down 22 points in that game and ended up coming back to win in overtime. And that just leads it to believe that no lead is really safe in the playoffs. And, you know, Chargers were able to do it. That doesn't mean it can't be done to them.
Yeah, you can't ever let your foot off the gas, that's for sure.
Vaughn came up empty on that trip, and Tigers work it outside. Pitts misses a 3, and now Sharp gets the bucket. Wanted a foul call, but he'll just get the typical 2.
And we're in the same position as we were in the first half, giving up offensive rebounds here. You got to box out. You got to make sure that they don't get these opportunities.
Bucket and the foul for Coladinado.
But again, the weakness of Beaver Falls so far has been stopping that baseline drive, and great rip and go by Coladinado. Great hand-eye coordination to kiss it off the glass and get an and one there.
Good. Little three-point play the old-fashioned way for Rocco. 48-29 Charger advantage. Sharp here to the near side. Singleton bouncing back to Sharp. Sharp little crossover back to Singleton. Guarded by Kirshner and Coladinado popped out on him. Far side 3 on the way for Pitts, and the freshman Braylon Pitts on the score sheet. There's a steal by Brickner. Brickner lay it up and score. Timeout Beaver Falls as the Tigers make a little bit of a run and take a 30-second timeout, 48-34 with 5:18 to go in the third. And what we were almost predicting is starting to come true with the little bit of a run here from the Tigers.
Right, you can't turn the basketball over. You can't give them second and third chances without rebounding the basketball. And Brickers came in the game, and he's changed the game, right? He had 7 points in the first half coming off the bench. Now he comes back in. He creates another steal and a layup there for him, and they're right back in this game. And with Tate on the bench, the Chargers got a big lineup out there with Coladinado and BJ and Kirshner and Greer. And that's some lineup that we haven't seen, but you would think it would help us in the rebounding.
Yeah.
But it hasn't so far, so you got to take care of the ball. You got to make sure you get rebounds here. But that's really been the difference for Beaver Falls hanging in this game. You got to set some screens here in this full court press, man-to-man press, and get some misdirection here. A little communication.
Rocco to BJ. Bryson right at the top of the key, pulls up at the foul line. Pure.
What a shot. Knocking that down, getting his feet set. Good patience.
Pitts lost it, regained it. He lost control of that. That was a good call, no call, or rather by the official. Chargers get it anyway. 3 by Spatafora, doesn't fall. Rebound Coladinado, put back good. Rocco, recycling for Rocco.
He's so good at that. He's so good at being around the rim and knowing where he's got to be and positioning, and good box out, nice finish.
Far side Sharp. Singleton now. Back to Sharp. Goes through the lane, dishes down low, off the window. Good for 2 more, Jaden Price.
And you can tell Rocco's moving a little slow out there, Spatafora. I got to do some.
I think Mike Rodriguez wants a timeout here. OLSH takes a timeout.
And not a bad timeout here for Coach Rodriguez and the staff. Calm the guys down a little bit. Got to win this last 4 minutes of this quarter.
Hey, want to remind you, for more information on OLSH Chargers, for schedules, roster stories, and more, visit olshathletics.org. Special thanks to our website sponsor, Covenant Financial Advisors. And save the date for OLSH Spring Open House, Thursday, March 23rd from 5 to 7. Explore all that OLSH has to offer and see what makes OLSH the best independent Catholic high school in our region. OLSH.org for more information. OLSH Theater Department will present Big Fish, by the way, on March 3rd, 4th, 10th, and 11th at 7:30, and on March 5th at 11 and 2. Tickets $15. Hope to see you there. Singleton up and fouled.
Beaver Falls here just turning up the pressure, doing a good job at turning the Chargers over, and Chargers just got to flash to the basketball, have your hands ready, attack the pass. You just can't turn it over here and then foul them and give them chances at the line with the time stopped.
That's Tate's fourth, by the way, so he's going to be likely spectator for much of the rest of this one.
Yeah, that was just a gamble that Coach Rodriguez was trying to see if he can get him back in there. He ends up picking up his fourth.
OLSH's third. Beaver Falls has 4 team fouls and make that 5. As that's going to be on Brickner. Right on cue there. Brickner's third.
Somebody's got to screen and get Spatafora open here on this press or flash middle, because they just keep dialing in on Kirshner now. They know that he's going for the sideline pass, and they're trying to trap it now.
Hand off Greer to the rack, off the window, yes.
He's been terrific all night. Good wing ball screen, nice pass, great roll, good finish.
Sharp near side Pitts. Hits the freshman back outside to the senior Sharp. Cutting down low, Brickner had a fantastic game off the bench for the Tigers. Jaron Brickner. That's going to be off of the Tigers Charger basketball.
Yeah, he's been playing well for them. Kirshner can't fall asleep there. I mean, he challenged the perimeter and then he didn't get back fast enough, and Beaver Falls just slips behind him, and good pass for a layup. There you go, that was better. Get Kirshner in the middle, find the soft spot.
Chargers lead it by 14. Here to the near side, it's Kirshner. Bouncing to Greer. Coladonado to Greer. Bryson cutting to the basket, fading away on the right hand. Couldn't get it to go. Rims out, Jaden Price, the board. Singleton up the floor. Here's Sharp to Singleton one more time. Back to Sharp, around the horn to Pitts. Pitts dishes back to Sharp. Sharp double team, bouncing back to Singleton. Throws up the 3. Off the rim, no good. Brickner trying to pull that one down and is fouled.
Yeah, that's
Vaughn
a tough
helps
one
him
there.
up.
He can't go underneath him and undercut him like that. That's just not smart of BJ there. He's already in the air. He's got to realize that.
It's only BJ's first, team's 4th.
You just can't put him in a bonus early here.
Far side pitch for 3, no good. Coladonado the board. Lost it out of bounds. Off the Tigers. Chargers will keep it.
And you talked about at the beginning of the broadcast here with the guys from the bench and the sparks that we need and how they've been playing pretty well as of late. And here they need some minutes here, good minutes, because you can tell the starters are a little winded here with this pressure in the full court. They're been getting up and down. They're a little tired, you can tell.
Kirshner, a little bit too far underneath there, can't get it to go, and Sharp brings it up the floor. Pitts, bucket and the foul. Vaughn, I thought, had taken the charge. We will go to the video. It won't mean anything.
That's the same call as earlier. To me, it's the same call.
A little bit more on a shuffle.
I think it just looks a little worse because it's where BJ is, and the other one was quicker.
Spoken like an OLSH graduate, Christian.
Yeah, I'm going to be a little biased here. I'm like Jay Billis on the call. Got to be biased
I love
to
it.
your school.
I love it. You know, Al Lesh is at home going, you were right.
Yeah, absolutely he is. He'd be with me talking about the refs right now.
He would 100% be with you. I could see that one going either way.
But those are calls that change the momentum. So now Beaver Falls has the momentum. It's an 11-point game.
Yep.
The Chargers are tired. Rocco's hurting.
Mitered here on the near side. Gregg on the right hand. Amongst some pressure, got it out to Kirshner. Bryson up top to BJ. Vaughn. BJ penetrating, traveled.
Unfortunately, that move is great, but he does travel. He drags that foot right before he puts the ball on the ground. I know what he wants to do. He's playing with good tempo and patience, but just drags that foot before he puts it on the ground. Got to get Greer back into the game here, for sure.
Little head fake there by Sharp. 3 on the way. Good. And it is inside a two-possession, double-digit lead, rather, for the Chargers. Now it is a 54-46 advantage for the purple and gold as Beaver Falls not going away quietly. Here in the third, very much alive in this one.
And the difference, too, here is Rocco Spatafora has been on the court in this third quarter, but you can tell he's not himself right now. He's not able to get open. He's not getting the basketball. You can tell he's kind of gingerly moving around out there. He wants to be out there for his team, but you can see he's a little shook.
Beaver Falls, a team that won 7 of their last 10 ball games of the season. Keeping in mind they went 10-9 overall, so 7 of their 10 overall wins came within their last 10 games of the season. This is a team that has gotten better over the course of the year.
And that's when you want to be hot, right? Going into the playoffs, you want to be rolling, and right now they are, and now they're getting a ton of confidence. Momentum's definitely on their side now, and with Tate in foul trouble and trying to find some spark off the bench, Caldonados did a tremendous job tonight, but somebody else, Minor, Hanson, Grisafi, somebody's got to give us something from that bench right now to offset. And, you know, BJ having a little bit of tough time trying to score, and Kirshner as well around the rim. And again, Rocco's been kind of a non-factor in this third quarter, and it's hurting the Chargers offensively right now.
Led all scores with 15 points in the first half. Haven't heard from him yet here in the second half. And here come the Tigers, slowly chipping away at this one. There's Spatafora now. Greer near side to Vaughn. BJ on the left hand.
And if they're going to switch up hard on Rocco there and not let him drive, somebody's got a short roll and try to find him.
Vaughn to the rack and fouled.
Good patience that time by the Chargers. Didn't rush anything. Moved the ball side to side. Made them work on defense. BJ earns the trip to the line.
Vaughn, first is good at the stripe.
This is a big final minute here. Chargers want to close this out with a stop and hopefully another stop and a bucket at least.
Tigers into this one. Pitts to the rack on the right hand through the lane, and the freshman doing what he can do. 45 seconds to go. Back of the Chargers. Spatafora. Rocco for a triple. Good for Rocco Spatafora.
What a great play there. That's what you needed there. But you can't do this.
Oh, the killer on the other end. A bucket and a foul and a chance to erase that three-pointer from Meaning.
That should never happen. I mean, if you're the Chargers, that's just bad, just will and want and grit. You got to get back on defense. You just made a three-pointer, but you can't wait on the other side and keep celebrating and staring. Just sprint back and get into it. They haven't been pressing all quarter, so there should be no reason why you're not back in the 2-3 zone. Singleton can't get back down there first and get an and one layup.
No, absolutely not.
That's unacceptable.
16 seconds ago here in the third, 59-51, and calling it onto that one too hard from Vaughn.
I mean, that thing was 99 miles per hour off his face. I mean, you got to give him something he can handle. He's wide open, but.
Three going to Price, doesn't fall. Singleton at the buzzer, no. And the third comes to a close with the Chargers hanging on to an 8-point advantage, 59-51. And it will need a final 8 minutes to decide who moves on to the WPIAL playoffs. Stick with us, the fourth quarter, when we come back right here on the OLSH Sports Network. Welcome back here on the OLSH Sports Network. Fourth quarter, 59-51. Chargers, four-time defending champs in the WPIAL, trying to stay alive in the postseason, and they have an 8-point lead going into the final 8, Christian.
Yeah, you got to win this quarter here. You can't have another quarter like you just did. Beaver Falls winning that quarter 27-18. It's just unacceptable on the defensive end. I think the Chargers, I know they're tired a little bit, but might need to get into that pressure a little bit just to slow Beaver Falls down a little bit, change it up a little bit, give them something different look. They're figuring out this 2-3 zone way too much now.
Fed inside, it's Price outside to Pitts. Pitts hands it off, Brickner wide open. Dink and dunk off the window. 6-point ball game.
I wouldn't even mind going man-to-man if you're the Chargers. Just to switch it up, you got to do something.
Spadafora.
Beaver Falls way too comfortable right now, and the momentum's on their side. Now you got to execute on offense.
Miner in the lane, back outside, Spadafora. Inside to Kirshner, Bryson.
Somebody cut.
Lost it, outside to Vaughn. Vaughn goes against Pitts, up strong, can't get it to go, tip no good, rebound Brickner. Here come the Tigers, Singleton up the floor. Singleton lay it up and score. Tigers 59-55, right back in this one. Miner back to Vaughn. The Chargers have gone cold here in the third, and that was what we've said all year. That's the Chargers quarter, Christian, right?
Yeah, it was
not
all
there.
year and not this game. And right now, again, the momentum is just in the atmosphere. The Chargers are a little deflated here on offense. Rocco's got to take over. He just got to get the ball in his hands. Make him be the playmaker right now. And here comes Tate back into the game, and
playing with 4.
He's going to have to watch on the defensive end. But again, Chargers need to execute here, get a bucket. That wing ball screen, Beaver Falls is having trouble guarding. So you got to go back to that if they can. Try to attack the rim, get something off the roll if you can. Put Bryson in with Rocco off this pick and roll on the side. See what they do, how they guard it.
Tate playing with 4 fouls, has the basketball. Inside to Bryson. Bryson just turns around, misses. Rebound, Greer, no. Loose, and the Tigers come away with it. Price gets a board. Up the floor, Sharp.
They're doing
Sharp off a hand and out of bounds, stays with the Tigers.
Beaver Falls doing a terrific job on defense right now and not letting Kirshner get to his spot and then sending a double team once he does get the ball. and some of the Chargers are just waiting around, standing, and that time Greer tried to cut, but it was just too tough and too late of a pass.
Brickner inside, lost it and fouled. Before he did lose it, officials call the foul, and Brickner goes to the line. 6:03 to go in the fourth, 59-55, and Brickner to make this a one-possession ball game.
The other thing, too, right now is I think the Chargers, again, we talked about it earlier, but I think they can take some of these guys off the bounce. But the problem is with Kirshner in there and trying to post up, it's clogging all the lanes up in the gaps. So they're having a trouble getting downhill. I think BJ can get downhill, Rocco can get downhill, Tate can get downhill, even Greer. But you got to give them room to operate.
Brickner rims out, rebound, Colinado lost it, put back is rimmed out, and Spadafora clears it away. Back up the floor, Kirshner open down the floor, and he is fouled. And Pitts is going to pick up the foul. It will be the 5th on the Tigers. Keeping in mind, the Tigers go to the line the rest of the way. That last foul was the 7th on the Chargers. And that is the 4th on Pitts. No, I beg your pardon. That one against the Italian Buford.
And that's Spadafora just saying, this is my basketball. I'm going and getting this in traffic, getting this rebound. I want to win this game so bad. Good ball ahead to Kirshner, but you got to make your free throws here.
I was talking to them at practice earlier this week, and Rocco kind of said that. It's just the focus that he has. Out of bounds off the Tigers, so Chargers keep possession, leading by just 3.
Yeah, right now everybody's got to be focused and locked in for 5 minutes. You can't make mistakes here down the stretch. You got to be dialed in on every possession, and you got to play every possession like it's your last one.
Chargers going to take a timeout here. 5:51 to play. 59-56 our score. If you're wondering, and I know you're not, but I'm going to tell you anyway, the last time the Chargers lost in the playoffs, meaning they've gone 6 years in a row going to the finals. You have to go all the way back to 2016, February 18th, 2016. The Chargers lost to Seton LaSalle at Chartiers Valley, 68-62. That's the last time the Chargers did not advance to a championship. 2 losses to Swickley Academy in back-to-back WPIAL finals, and then getting their first one in school history in 2019, which came on the heels of the football team winning in 2018. And then 3 more in a row. And the Chargers trying to get back there, but right now the Tigers in this 6-11 game doing everything in their power to try to pull the upset tonight.
Yeah, and this has just been a tough matchup in this second half for the Chargers, and they've really been taken out of everything they wanted to do. The transition hasn't been there as much because they're not getting stops on the defensive end. And then they're having trouble scoring and taking care of the basketball with this full court pressure. And now Beaver Falls is just finding a way to break that zone up, and it's now became a game.
59-56, inbound, goes right to Colinado, and 2 for the Chargers.
And here you go with some full court pressure, and this is all you needed, even token defense right now, just to throw these guys off a little bit.
3 on the way, Singleton airballed it. Vaughn, consider it thrown off there. Double teamed is Vaughn, and it's off of the Tigers. Brickner applying the pressure, but Vaughn able to throw it off his hand. The Chargers keep it, 5:33 to go in the ball game.
Here's what you do if you're BJ Vaughn. They're doubling you, you turn around and you face the basket. If you're just, curled over in a ball, that's what's going to happen. They're going to trap you. He's big enough to just step through. He doesn't have to throw an elbow. Just step through the double team.
Vaughn up the floor. BJ run to the point. Tate with the basketball. To Rocco. Tate bouncing it to Colinado. Sharp with the hand in the pocket of Colinado. Lost it out of bounds. Beaver Fall basketball.
And that was great spacing. They were doing a good job at passing and cutting the ball, and that was what you wanted. But it ends up in Colinado's hands, who isn't as the best with taking the ball off the bounce. His game's more around the rim and being strong and physical. And that one, he just gets caught up dribbling the ball out of bounds.
WPIAL playoffs, first round here in the fourth. To the basket. Other way. Foul on the Tigers. Isaiah Sharp. You had that one sniffed out.
Well, I think I would have jumped through this window here and ran down there if they didn't give us this call. And I think me and Coach Rodriguez would have been the first two on the court. I mean, he was there all day, so good call by the refs.
Third one against Sharp. Sixth on the team, by the way. So bonus time for both teams the rest of the way. Tate double teamed and a foul. And oh man, Price arguing with the official, and Smart, a teammate, escorting him away from it.
And this is the thing that the Chargers can't do. You don't want to dribble to the sidelines here or dribble to the corners or hold the basketball. Those are the worst things you can do right now because they're running and jumping everywhere. Somebody has to flash middle with their hands up, be aggressive, catch the ball, turn around and face the basket and just go. You can't slow down here. It's too close of a game. If you're going to play passive here, you're going to turn the basketball over and then they're going to get their chances. You just got to keep attacking the rim.
Good for Tate. I know you said off air, you said I jinxed us earlier talking about the Kennedy Catholic game, but that's exactly what Kennedy ended up doing in the waning moments of that game. Chargers got their turnovers, got an opportunity. Jake hits a three, and the rest is PIAA history.
History, right, absolutely. And you don't want to be on the wrong side of history right now.
Question.
So now it's just be aggressive. And then that's the thing. These guys can do that. Just flash to the basketball and attack. See, this is fine. Now move, though. Don't stand around. We're not watching the All-Star game from last night with Tatum and Brown just going one-on-one again.
Layup line.
Yeah.
Tate tries to feed it down low, and errant pass there that Colin Donato couldn't catch up with.
You got to have some movement. I don't mind Rocco with the ball there in isolation, and that's a good time to dribble off the bounce. But you got to get the other guys interchanging or pinning down or something. Get some movement, some confusion, communication errors for Beaver Falls.
Sharp up the floor near side. Singleton and Sharp play catch. They're the two three-point shooting ability. Running the baseline. Buford doesn't get it to go. Rebound to Vaughn. BJ.
Now you know that running jumps coming. Somebody flash.
There's Tate. Spatafora, back to Tate. Spatafora got taken out there. Kirster gets up top to the logo, and now Vaughn. Chargers playing keep away right now, and a foul. I think this is going to be Tate. This is going to be it for Tate. Tate's out. They're going to be against the Chargers. Yep, they're going to call Chargers.
Foul.
Yep.
Away from the ball. Can we see that again, Stans? I didn't even see what happened there.
No, he doesn't have it.
I mean, that was away from the ball. We weren't really paying attention to that side. They must have been grabbing and pushing and shoving.
Dorian Tate is out on the offensive foul. It was away from the ball, so yeah, I can't really comment on it.
Yeah, we were paying attention to the basketball here and this movement on the side. I mean, and they were so far on the far side there, it didn't.
Again, you know, and this is, we talk, the three of us always have this conversation of, you never see that called in the first quarter of a game. Why do you see it called in the fourth quarter of a game?
Right. It's
off the ball, an off-the-ball foul with under 4 minutes to go in a playoff game. You just don't call.
And with a guy that has 4 fouls.
Yeah, on top of that.
Now that's the thing where it's like refs can't manipulate what's going on in the game, and you don't want to change the game. Don't ruin it for the guys that are playing hard and worked this hard all season to get to this position.
Absolutely.
And then you change the game because it calls like that.
Well, they call one on Beaver Falls now. Jaden Price gets his fourth, team's eighth. Both teams have 8 fouls. 3:38 to play here in the fourth. You see it on your screen. Here's Vaughn missing. Rebound goes to the Tigers. Thought maybe OLSH was going to come up with it, but nice job by Minard, but settling it down somehow. Singleton gets it to go. Timeout Beaver Falls, 62-58, 3:32 to play, and another Tiger timeout.
Missed free throw there, got to communicate. Donato and Bryson Kirshner both had their hands on the ball. There was 4 Charger pause on the ball, and then they still manage to not come up with the basketball because they don't communicate. And then you give out a run out. Can't happen. And this game's going to come down to big-time execution, making your free throws. And every 50-50 basketball has to be yours, and you can't turn it over.
More Chargers in the championship. Good luck to senior Matt Tarbuck, sophomore Tom Gagliardi, who will be competing in the WPIAL Singles Bowling Championship next Wednesday, February 22nd. Good luck to both of them bringing more
Good luck,
championships home.
Yeah, let's go. I know those guys are bowling better than I am on my Sunday league. Man, I'm not very good at bowling. That's okay. It's a lot of fun, though.
That's it.
You're having fun with the boys on a Sunday.
I just want one of those polos. Very colorful.
Oh, yeah, I know. And
Charger bowling polo.
Whoever's sitting here right now with this zip-up jacket is pretty sweet, too.
That's Quinn Santilli.
That jacket is sweet.
And, yeah, the OLSH.com original there. His mom, Tricia, does a great job with OLSH gear, and you can get all of your spring gear.
Because all the gear I have is gold. It's not even yellow.
Yeah,
I mean, we were back in the heyday.
Old gold.
The old gold.
Back in the heyday.
Different purple, too.
Getting old, brother. We're getting old.
I know. Wow.
Out of the timeout, here's B.J. Vaughn.
There you go. Get some movement here. That's fine.
Far side, Spadafora. Call it an auto. Hands it off to Vaughn. B.J. penetrates left side of the lane. Foul. 1 and 1. They'll say before the shot. Vaughn to the line. And Tiger fans want to travel.
You got to watch here. Call it an auto. Risky pass. Definitely contact before. And he didn't even travel anyways. That's 2 steps. 1, 2.
No.
And he shot the ball. So it's not a travel. I mean, if I'm them, I'm want to travel too, but it's not a call.
Yeah, I think with him double clutching, maybe they thought they saw something they didn't see.
He plays with great pace and great patience and tempo, but here's the thing. They just got to take care of the basketball. Can't turn it over here. Got to keep the spacing and keep the movement going.
1 for 2 at the line for BJ. 63-58, back up the floor is Sharp. Buford travel. Yeah, there we go.
And he's a guy that's had a tremendous second half, so you got to know where Buford is. You got to know where Bricker is, and you also got to know where Singleton and Price are. Can't give up any threes right now.
Vaughn. Greer to the rack on the right hand. Terrion Greer, big bucket.
They've had trouble with that all night, that wing ball screen, and Greer just rolling hard to the rim.
Sharp airballs a 3. And Rocco to B.J. Vaughn, and the Chargers with a 65-58 advantage. Time and score, right?
Yeah, time and score here, and why go away from what you're just doing? Yeah, go ball screen action again with Greer. I mean, they're having trouble.
Vaughn going to go run the gauntlet and get 2 out of it.
But that's the other thing that the Chargers can do. They're very skilled. You just got to get the spacing. That's the name of the game now anyways. Everybody plays 5 out.
Brickner underneath. Bucket's good. Back to a 7-point game under 2 minutes to play here in the 4th. Kind of has been the MO of the season, though, Christian, of a lot of these games have been an adventure watching these guys.
Yeah, I mean, it really has. They've had some trouble sometimes closing games out and being put in these positions, and I think they're growing from it, but.
Greer lost it. Beaver Falls basketball, minute 33 to play.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where they've had games where they got out in big leads, and sometimes they've let them slip away a little bit. You just got to learn how to win, and I think they're doing that now, and hopefully they can hold on to this one.
Push up the floor, it's Singleton. Singleton Three on the way. No, airballed again. Tigers have gone cold from three, and good timing if you're a Charger fan.
Smart by Greer
Pulling
there.
it out.
Yeah, really smart. And the double's coming, flash. There you go. Nice.
Call it an auto. The bunny for two more. Chargers expand the lead to 9 with a minute to play.
That's one thing I'll say about the Chargers, though. They're very unselfish. They move the ball well.
Bucket good. Jared Brickner gets the 2 timeout. Beaver Falls. 55 seconds to go.
The difference is defense and being smart, having the basketball IQ, right? Because the problem's not the offense of moving the basketball. It's just finishing around the rim. They get opportunities, though.
Girls back in action on Wednesday. Back here on the network. Chargers Antelopes round 3.
Tough to beat a team 3 times.
It sure is.
So if you're the Chargers, you're going in there excited for that one. That's one you wanted that back anyways.
Yeah.
You coughed up one on the road.
That you should have.
At third place that they should have had. You jockey back and forth with them at home where you could have won the game, but it was a great game.
Yep.
Now you've seen them twice. You know a lot about them. They're in your section. You got the veterans on your team if you're the Chargers where they're young.
Right.
They got talented players. They're skilled, but have they got that experience on this playoff level, you know? And I think it's going to be a great game. I mean, if you can't be there, tune into the network.
We'll have it for you.
I'm excited about it.
Should the Chargers win this one, they'll play Thursday. Reminder, both of these teams, the winner of this game advances into the consolation bracket regardless of what happens in the quarterfinals. So more games to be played if you win this one. Vaughn, double teamed and a foul. DJ Vaughn to the line. You got to start fouling now if you're Beaver Falls.
Yeah, and I'm up here like, pass the ball to the middle. You keep passing it to where they want to trap you.
Yep. The 6th man over there,
yeah.
The sideline.
Man, if you're Kirshner and those guys, when you're flashing middle, you got to be talking. You got to be active and say, hey, look, I'm wide open. Give me the ball.
Vaughn converts on his first.
One thing that's helped the Chargers tonight is making their free throws. There's your broadcast jinx there.
Singleton lays it up and in. Another timeout. Beaver Falls, 35 seconds left. Still a 6-point game. Not impossible by any stretch, but you still got to execute here, right?
Yeah, they're playing Olay defense right now.
Right.
It's just they're just letting them get a basket because they don't want to foul, but you got to still play some defense and play with a little bit of heart here. You're giving them a chance. You turn the ball over here when they press, and they hit a 3. This game's, I mean,
yeah,
that's a tough. You're only down 2 possessions, so.
Right.
Yeah, if you're the Chargers, you got to draw something up here to get the ball in the middle of the court so they can't easily trap you in the corners here and the sidelines. Get the ball in the middle of the court and then know that they're going to try to trap you quick, and if not, they're going to foul you. Then you got to make your free throws. And then you got to sprint back and get back on defense and make sure you don't give up a easy layup, because Beaver Falls scored 3 easy layups so far in transition after missed free throws.
Foul on Spadafora. He'll go to the line. Thanks to the fine folks here at Fox Chapel. Always graced hosts. Have a really fond memory of a playoff game here. It was the girls playing in a WPIAL playoff game against Ford City. Goes into double overtime. Don Eckerly and that team to go to the championship. And that was, of course, the year Devin McGrath was sick. And all the girls came up to this very press box that we're standing in right now, and they individually talked to Devin, who was listening at the hospital. So every time I walk into this gym, I think of that story, because it's just it was an incredible game.
It's a great game.
Yeah, an incredible
surreal
moment.
Yeah, great moment, surreal.
Deep three on the way. Wow, Banks open for Marshall Clearsey. My goodness.
And these guys just won't go away. I mean, what a battle by Beaver Falls.
Vaughn's going to go back to the line with 20 seconds. That was a bizarre three to fall in there, was it not?
He just chucked that thing up, and nice kiss off the glass.
Yep.
Still in reach. You really got to make your free throws here, and you can't afford another basket. You got to challenge the threes. Don't foul them, but don't give them an easy layup either.
There's BJ.
And again,
converting.
Making your free throws. That's been everything so far.
Yes.
I mean, really, that's going to be the difference in this game of why Beaver Falls just running out of time here.
1 of 2.
Travel.
It is Charger basketball with 17 ticks.
And there you go. You play a little bit of defense. What happens? They travel. Can't be cones out there.
Vaughn wanted the tech, but it will just be a foul on Trey Singleton.
And BJ saying, hey, I passed the ball. He just grabbed me.
So Vaughn to the line with 12 seconds left and trying to put the finishing touches on a Charger playoff victory. Misses the first.
You got to make this here. This is a big free throw.
Missed it. Rebound Sharp. Brickner for 3, no. Rebound Greer, and a foul with 3 seconds. Chargers moving on.
I wouldn't even had anybody on the line there.
No.
I usually don't like to say that as a coach myself, but because what happens is the last 4 times BJ's went to the line, he's missed the second free throw, and they get out. They've just got a great look. If that goes down, it's a 3-point game with 4 seconds left.
Right.
They turn you over, draw something up. You never know. I've seen crazier.
Yeah, absolutely you have. This one is, this game's like a trip to the dentist.
Yeah.
It's not been easy.
It's not easy. Like grinding this thing out.
Right.
If I'm Caldonado, get off the line. Kirshner, all you guys, go stand in the paint right now. Don't even be close. Challenge here. Don't let them roll the ball.
And that will do it. Chargers moving on. That's the name of the game now. Survive in advance, and the Chargers win it tonight. 75-67. They're moving on to the quarterfinals for an 8th consecutive season. 75-67, the final score. Post-game show on the back half of this break. You've been watching live coverage of Charger basketball right here on the OLSH Sports Network. We're back to Fox Chapel to put a lid on this one after these words. Yes. Welcome back here on the OLSH Sports Network. Back with Christian Arbaugh, Matt Fargo with you as the Chargers get it done. Move on, 67 or 57-67. No, my goodness, 75-67. I've been doing this all year.
That's all right. You've been calling a lot of games, football, basketball. You've been at Duquesne. You've been everywhere. So it's tough. It all runs together sometimes.
Well, I wanted to. I was just laughing with Anthony Hansen. Want to appreciate him on the camera tonight because he does a great job behind the camera, and we appreciate his work, and we're going to get to see some of it. And the guys in the truck and their breakdown of tonight's game, because as you break it down, we'll get to see some of the highlights from the truck in the Chargers win here in the postseason.
Yeah, this is some high-quality stuff with these instant replays, and these guys are doing a terrific job. But what a game tonight. Make you sweat it out. Too many easy ones like that at the rim. we need to get some OLSH highlights here, scoring here. But, you know, OLSH coming out in the first half and really dominating the game, controlling the pace on both ends, did a great job for the most part, gave up some offensive rebounds and some second chances. But, man, in the second half, Beaver Falls really made that adjustment. The man-to-man gave OLSH a little bit of trouble at times until they started figuring it out. And with Rocco getting hurt a little bit towards halftime there and coming out in that third quarter, he kind of a little slow. They couldn't give him the ball. He hits a big three, which changed the game, you know, tremendously. And then the Chargers just taking care of the ball for the most part down the stretch and making their free throws. And that's what sealed the game for them. But, man, what a tough fight by Beaver Falls. And the Tigers just hung around and they didn't go away. And, you know, and that's what's going to happen. Like you just said, survive and advance, right? We're in playoff mode here. You're playing on the road in front of a bigger crowd, right? You're playing a team that you haven't seen all year. They're coming into the playoffs off a big winning streak and winning 7 games in a row. And, you know, and they showed it tonight. But like I said, it's just one that OLSH, you learn from it now and you move on to the next game. You celebrate this win, move on to Thursday. You get to see who you get after this game, and it's going to be highly anticipated.
Shady Side of Brownsville. That's up next. Not on this network, but they're actually going to play next in the 3-14 game. Actually, this quadrant of the bracket, kind of interesting, is the only quadrant where the higher seed is not playing at their home gym. Everybody else playing at their home gym, but due to size constraints, no home game for the Chargers in that first round, which would have been nice to be at the friendly confines of the AAC tonight. But nevertheless, you get a taste of the playoffs. I think we've played just plenty of games at the AAC over the last couple of years, especially going all the way back to that COVID season. But it's you mentioned it. It's different playing on the road or playing at a neutral site in the playoffs and all of that stuff, and all the things that come with that. So good job by the Chargers to get it done. And, you know, I think that's kind of been the theme of the year, though. It hasn't been pretty at times, but this team is not a pretty flashy team. It's a gritty team. They're going to grind you out. They're going to find a way, and that's what they've done for the better part of the season is they found a way. And I look for, I mean, obviously Shady Side heavily favored in this game. I look for the Shady Side OLSH game on Thursday. Should Brownsville not pull the big upset tonight, I look for an OLSH Shady Side game that's going to be pretty intense, and it could be right back here in this gym on Thursday.
Yeah, and I think the one thing about tonight too is Beaver Falls throws something at the Chargers that the Chargers don't see much of too, and a little athleticism. They full court press, they running and jumping. So the Chargers, you know, it's something that maybe Shady Side, you know, saw before and while they were watching before this game and said, hey, we can do that. But I also think the matchup for Thursday, if it was to be Shady Side Academy, it's going to be a different game. It's going to be a different feel. They got a little bit more bigs. They're not going to play like that. The Chargers are going to have some more room to operate, but it's going to be a battle, that's for sure, and we'll see what happens after this game.
We will see, but the girls are the next team on the docket. Again, they'll play on Wednesday against Avonworth right here on the OLSH Sports Network. Al Lesh, Christian Harbaugh, the team will have the call there for that one. And then we'll be back on the air Thursday. Site and time to be determined, opponent to be determined, but it will be either Shady Side or Brownsville taking on the Chargers for a right to play in the WPIAL semifinals. And if you get to the semifinals, you guarantee yourself one of those top 4 seeds in the state tournament as well. So an important game on Thursday. Obviously, they're all big from here on out.
Yeah, now you're just taking it one game at a time, right? So like you said, you grinded it out tonight. It wasn't pretty. You let them back in the game, but nonetheless, you got a W. And now you move on for Thursday. You start preparing. You get your legs back, get some rest, and, you know, learn from what you did tonight and stay positive and keep competing here. This
game only about an hour and a half long, so really not that long, so really not many in terms of game updates, but I will throw out what is going on tonight in 3A elsewhere. Obviously, we've mentioned the Shadyside-Brownsville game a number of times. Neshannock, the number 2 seed, is playing the 15-seeded Keystone Oaks Golden Eagles at 7 o'clock at Neshannock. I put Neshannock on upset alert tonight. I think Keystone Oaks can pull the upset. It's going to be hard to do it in Neshannock. It probably would be a better chance had they be on neutral court.
Site.
But they're on upset notice right now. Maybe not alert, it's just a notice. You know.
I like it. I mean, that would be the dark horse in this bracket anyways, to make a little bit of a run at this thing.
York plays Burrow at York High School. York won their last 10 games of the season. I like the Cougars in that one. Other side of the bracket, number 1 seed, Steel Valley, playing without their head coach. That's well documented, playing 16-seeded McGuffey. You'd like to think that Mackay Valentine and company take care of business, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. But that's something to look at for them going further and further into the playoffs and trying to win it. Without your head coach, without your general, sometimes it's hard to move to the beat of the drum there.
Yeah, I think that, you know, some teams and some parents and some organizations take a little bit too much lightly the fact of how important coaching is and take it for granted in a lot of ways. There is something about that, especially when you being an assistant coach, you have your job, but then getting thrown into it. You were last year at the college level thrown into being a head coach. Yep. It's a totally different planet.
Totally different. Yeah, you have a different, job, like you said, and then when you get thrown into that thing, they're used to not hearing your voice all the time in timeouts and managing the game and this and that because your head coach is there, and that the guy that takes care of a lot of that stuff, and you help them and, come in with decisions, but it's very tough, and, like I said, and it's a high school. You're on a high school level. That's hard to adjust to at that level.
8-9 game is Wash High. This is at 7 o'clock, so just half an hour into tip-off. Wash High playing Seton LaSalle. 8-9 games in any level of basketball are exciting. This has no exception. I think this is going to be a really good game. Yeah,
it's going to be a really good game. Anytime you get the 8-9 matchup, those guys are pretty much even. Right. So it's going to be a dogfight in that one too.
4-13, also an interesting one. 4-seed Mohawk hosting 13-seeded Derry. But Derry has some impressive wins on their resume. They have some not-so-good wins. And Mohawk, they had all those wins. They lost their last section game to Neshannock, which is the reason why they're the 4, not the 2. But I actually think that Derry could pull the upset in this game too.
Yeah, that's definitely another one that is on upset alert. And it's tough. You're going on a road, right? And you're playing in Mohawk's gym, and they've been pretty good all year. But you never know, you know what I mean? Derry's coming in hot, so anything could happen.
And then 5-seeded Deer Lakes playing 12-seeded Elwood City. Elwood City beat this Beaver Falls team at the end of the year. So you know what they can do. We've saw what Deer Lakes can do. Of course, they're the team that knocked off the Chargers to end their 74-game winning streak. So I think that's another interesting matchup to round out 3A.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting for sure. Deer Lakes is definitely a really good team and been in a battle all year. I mean, them and Shadyside went back and forth all year as well. So it'll be interesting in that game. So it'll be interesting to see what happens after tonight and where we stack up for Thursday's games.
Keep it locked to OLSHathletics.org and the Trib Live High School Sports Network for all the rankings and updated brackets going throughout this WPIAL playoffs. Well, the next time we'll talk to you Wednesday for the girls, Thursday for the boys. Thanks to all of us here at the OLSH Sports Network, Matt Stanzioli and the boys and girls in the truck. Appreciate all their hard work. Appreciate your work tonight too, man.
Yeah, you too, man. This has been fun.
Always
This has been great. Now it's different. It's a different atmosphere. Now we're in a different world. We're in the playoffs now.
Well, congratulations on doing your first WPIAL playoff game, my friend.
There we go. We're trying to get to the chip, baby.
Yeah, absolutely.
One game at a time.
For Christian Harbaugh, Matt Stanziola, and all of us here at the OLSH Sports Network, Matt Fargo saying again the final score, 75-67. Chargers take down the Tigers, and they move on to the WPIAL quarterfinals. We'll talk to you next time right back here on the OLSH Sports Network. Good night, everybody.